This one. Hello, everybody. We've been on for like freaking 5 minutes and I forgot to record. Whatever.
So is anybody doing that the No Shave November thing?
Have you seen my face?
Dude, man, I don't know if you can see it. I haven't shaved since I got some nasty stubble.
Yeah, I haven't. I actually just trimmed it today because it was like super scraggly, but I didn't shave it off. I just like trimmed it so it didn't look like I was a fucking homeless guy.
Like in Australia, we call it Movember. We just grow the mo only. But I don't know if you guys do that over there.
Yeah, we call it No Shave Movember as well.
Yeah.
But whatever. Do you guys happen to actually know how that got started?
No.
I don't remember if I actually said it on stream before, but I do remember saying it before one of the cohort chats. But No Shave November actually started as a movement to support cancer survivors and cancer research. Bring attention to it because the patients, when they undergo treatment, they always end up losing their hair. So that's why it got started. Everybody stops shaving and they grow their hair out just to bring that attention. It's like, well, you created a trend, but nobody knows why.
Yeah.
It was just something fun. So now you know. The more you know.
Because knowledge is power.
Oh man.
Be like Peter Griffin. I'm stuck in the air. Call NASA. Call somebody now.
I should do a spoof of that. Being stuck in the air, just like a panel or two, maybe 3, is somebody just being stuck in the air.
Right.
So one of the topics we touched on, but we sort of just zoomed straight over it because we got into anime and Game of Thrones, was what projects were you excited about? I think you started.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Bert. So the question goes now to you guys as well. Bert, if you want to go ahead and lead that.
Okay. Yeah, so for me, I got asked a question by Robert Scully, or Agent Scully, was ways of reaching mass adoption, or how do you think we'll get there? And that sort of made me think along the lines of like, what's going to take for us to get to mass adoption? And so right now for me, the technology that excites me, I know it does not excite Peter at all, is electricity trading. Or for me, that really excited me, apart from Bitcoin, was Power Ledger. So I've worked in Papua New Guinea, where I think 2/3 or maybe about half, if I'm not wrong, don't actually have a bank account. So you actually have to be in a country where the vast population does not actually have a bank account. So for me, was to mass adoption would be, if they're selling coconuts or bananas, you pay, say you buy a certain amount of bananas, paid in Bitcoin, obviously give them some cash, so at least they've got cash on hand to do other things with it. But for them to use Bitcoin, they would use that in the ways of topping up their services, like topping up your internet credit, topping up your phone credit, so you can keep using the internet to accumulate or get your payments in Bitcoin, and then of course pay for your internet. And then you can also pay for your electricity at the same time, because the places I worked, I don't know if you've seen one of my videos I put out on cohorts where I've done a drone shot of the river I was in, but that whole section, none of the villages actually had any electricity at all. So if you could put like solar power, if like say your next door neighbor had like a decent amount of money to like set up a solar farm that could support a couple of houses, you could pay him either in cash that you got on hand, but if you got Bitcoins or whatever, like Power Ledger tokens, you could pay him in Power Ledger tokens to give some electricity to you, say for instance, as well. So that's just my ideas of adoption and what I'm excited about as an alternative project from Bitcoin. Yeah. You guys?
Outstanding. Brian, Raven, which kind of cryptos or project or is really tingling your podges? Like I had said in it earlier, for me, it's like gaming. Like if I could get the gaming, thing going on, whatnot, I can get so many people on board. It would be ridiculous. Plus, who doesn't love a good game?
Yeah.
So what about you guys?
Take it away, Nem.
Raven's like, go, Brian.
Take the lead on this one.
It's a real hard one to answer as well. So,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many ones that are just so promising, but because they haven't delivered an actual working project. I mean, the one that I've liked is one that actually BitNative brought up, which was Engine Coin. It's kind of interesting to see the tokenization of a game, but again, that's got to be one where they've got to get all these game developers to be able to collaborate with each other and work on the same ecosystem instead of tokenizing their own ecosystem separate from everybody else. So, I mean, it's like I haven't seen any ones that any one that like really stands out to me that says, you know what, this is going to be the next one that's going to make a run.
Right. Well, it doesn't have to be gaming related or anything like that.
Right. Well, I'm just saying for like usable platform that I like, and Engine's kind of got it going. There's a few of them that get like the IBM's coming out with their whole blockchain thing where they're going to be tracking like produce and stuff like that on the blockchain. They're going to be working with Walmart and stuff. Walmart's doing some big moves on the blockchain. These are going to be some pretty good adoptions. But again, they've got to roll out a real good working platform before it really kind of perks my interest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know that. I remember. I think it was Peter that was one reading on about experts saying that they believe that we're going to have an 18-month bear run. And I'm like, oh, please. It's like, I love a good bear market.
Right. I got a coupon. I'm going to go to market.
But I personally see yen as possibly being the catalyst that launches or the next bull market. I mean, if indeed the bear market does last 18 months, if they go public before the 18 months is up, that could literally change the game. Because once people start talking about how easy it is to actually, buy, sell, exchange, and create value, and people start seeing how usable crypto really is, I think people are going to get turned on. So that's the second industry that really gets me going. It's actually the industry that got me into crypto in the beginning.
What as they would say, it's got to pass the grandma test.
Exactly. So what about you, Raven? Is there an industry or a coin or whatnot, or a use case that just really gets you going, that you're really excited about?
There's not anything I'm really excited about. I know there's the only thing that when I got into this back in August of last year, I was a newbie, and over the last 12 months or the last year, whatever, I've learned a lot, and I pretty much narrowed my focus down to Bitcoin, and because of our community and just the back end knowledge that I've learned about Icon, I've taken a particular interest to Icon just to do some DCAing and just buying into it. But the other one that really no one talks a whole lot about is Ontology, and that's actually kind of like my second I DCA when I can into ICX and Ontology, because Ontology is basically like your management system for Neo.
Right.
So
if you like Ontology, you got to like Neo too.
Well, I do like Neo. I mean, I had 6 Neo. I bought it when it was like $27 or something like that, and I sold it when it was like 80, and then I bought Icon with it. But the point I'm trying to make is that Neo has already established itself, and Ontology was built on. If I'm correct, it was built on the. It was built to help out Neo and the Chinese community, I guess. So what I'm looking at is like I'm looking at it like an established Ontology as an established centralized tokenized company that the Chinese are probably going to take hold of and actually use that and promote it, because they've got they're a centralized company and they're already connected with Neo. So and they're producing gas and they're producing gas like Neo is. They have the same type of like platform. So I'm just hoping that it kind of runs on the coattails of Neo, because it's one of their managing wings or managing platforms. So that's what I've been that's what I've been buying into, and then also recently with the new information about I guess like Litecoin and kind of, I haven't bought any Litecoin yet, but like Litecoin, Ethereum Classic, like I'm kind of on board with those. Like I get it and stuff, but I mean I've already got a bunch of stuff in my portfolio, so I really can't diversify too much. But I do have Ethereum Classic.
Oh, I love mining.
I don't have any Litecoin yet, but let's face it, any coin that's going to show up in Coinbase or is centrally organized around a major company around a major country who's already involved, or who we know who's involved in blockchain and cryptocurrency, but like refuses to to really like put it out there. I think that those companies are. This is kind of weird. I think the centralized companies are actually more desirable than the ones that are decentralized right now, because everything is run centrally right now. We don't have anything that's completely decentralized except for Bitcoin that runs itself, because everything else is run off of a central failure point, like a centralized company. But that's the way our economy is run. They're all centralized companies. So that's what I've done. I've bought into Ontology, ICX, BTC, and then I started buying a little bit of OX on the DCA days, and I'm just kind of like I'm kind of building this little portfolio type of thing, and or like an index sort of is what I got going for myself. But my plan is next bull run is I'm going to sell off half my portfolio and put it right back into BTC and narrow my index to Bitcoin, ICX, Ontology, and probably like a little bit of Ethereum Classic and OX, and that's kind of where I stand on it.
From an investor point, that sounds very sound.
Yeah, it does. It sounds well diversified. You're investing in solid projects that we know are
centralized.
Yeah. Well, not only that.
Let's face it, dude.
Yeah, well, not only that, but Ontology and Neo both producing gas. Just for the audience, and that will eventually be watching this, they're not producing the same gas. They're producing a different type of gas, correct?
The contextual definition, or the contextual use case for gas is the same concept. It's just the ticket name is different.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm personally currently only DCAing into Bitcoin and Icon right now, and that's simply because of the lack of funds to DCA into the other projects that the rest of the crypto nation's doing, like Ontology and Neo and all them. As much as I enjoy the idea of having something that pays me when I hold it, like Neo, I've only got one Neo,
and Ontology.
Yeah, and Ontology. I personally see being able to purchase more coins and possibly staking Icon. I personally think that Icon's actually going to go farther than Ontology, simply because of who's running the companies, as well as I forgot where I was going with that.
Yeah, but indexing,
they're eventually going to be having like master nodes or some kind of you can stake your coins and get that. So I'm aiming for that goal.
Right, but you need to have like 10,000 ICX in order to be a qualifier for a master node.
And so I'm getting there. I'm about a quarter of the way there. A little more, but still, with this being a bear market, it goes very far to be able to get that. I with $100 I can average just under 200 coins per $100 purchase. And if that keeps up,
it's not bad, man. It's good. Yeah, you can just keep it up. Yeah,
exactly.
It's not a bad gig. I mean, I'm doing what you're doing, except I'm trying to like build more of an index where I have a portfolio that's got other stuff in it, but that was from when I was purchasing things when Bitcoin was at 10K. So I'm down in my portfolio, and it's with some other coins and whatnot. But I've narrowed it down to basically BTC and Icon and Ontology, and then and just recently I purchased just like a few OX and stuff like that. But for the Ontology, I'm not like shilling it or nothing like that, but they've got their ROI for their gas is right now at 8.5% a year. So
very nice.
Yeah, and it's really funny. Several months ago, I was before I got kicked off of Twitter, I was following Ontology, and they sent out this really cool little link. It was like a little app link or something, and I clicked on it, and I saved it. And I saved it to my homepage, and it's this little Ontology link, and it's actually a calculator. And you type in the amount of Ontology that you hold, and then it calculates the amount of gas that you get every day, and then every week, and every month, and every year. And it actually tells you like the average ROI that you're getting for the Ontology that you're holding.
That's phenomenal.
So it's kind of like, yeah, dude, it's so cool. It's like this little thing or whatever. But I mean, if they're offering an ROI that's at 8.5% per year, I mean, just with the gas, and because they're already tied to Neo, and they're mostly a centralized company, and most of their tokens are tied up, are locked up in their company. So like they can't just like get in, like their people can't just get in and liquidate themselves, because they have so much invested into the company that if they don't make it succeed, their tokens aren't worth anything. So like they have all the incentive to make sure that their company succeeds, in order to make sure that when they unlock their tokens for people to do a little bit of liquidation and profit taking, like they need to make sure that it's doing well. So I actually kind of like the fact that it's 80 or 90% centralized, within their own company, because they're making sure that they're reinvesting back in themselves. Otherwise they can't be a legitimate centralized company who are offering, the services that they are.
That's actually news that I hadn't heard before. I might have to reevaluate and see whether I should go ahead and start getting into Ontology as well. I mean, what you've told me is, certainly sound, and definitely worth considering. The return, if you could share that link you got, that'd be freaking amazing. It's like,
yeah, I've actually tried to share I mean, I'll take a look at it. You guys can talk amongst yourselves, and I'll see if I can find. I'll see if I can find the. I've got the app right here on my phone. The only let me just open it up and see if there's any way that I can like share it or like, because I can't. It's not really connected to like the internet or like the web or anything. It's like its own like little app that I came across from Twitter.
Okay.
But it's super cool. Though. I mean, it tells you right there what your ROI is, and
that really gets me going because I love numbers. Like when it comes to, you know, calculating future returns or, you know, how much something's going to cost or how much something is going to work for me. You know, I absolutely love those kinds of numbers. So I would definitely love to see that. But
yeah, I think it's cool as fuck, dude.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah. So go ahead and find that, and we'll just continue chatting while you're searching away. So anyway, all right. So Brian, you've been on here once before, at least maybe twice. I can't remember. I've done
a couple times.
Yeah. So, do you have a new joke for us?
No, I don't know. I have to think about that.
All right, damn it! Someone needs to Google some fucking jokes.
Right? I can't. We need the other funny one with us that's not on tonight.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Where is that motherfucker? Like seriously.
Right. We need the cynical side.
He's all about the horror movies. We needed that dark humor. Come on
right?
in.
Right?
Yeah. That's awesome. Oh man. So I shared this earlier. Bert, were you here when I was sharing the newest comic that I'm working on?
No, not yet.
Nope. All right. So I'll go ahead and.
Well, Bert also needs to give us some of that Australian humor too. You know.
I know that there are some good Australian jokes out there. That
I know there's got to be
to understand, but I want them.
Yeah. Like I always forget the good jokes. Like I've heard so many good jokes, but I always forget about them like straight away. I was got a short-term memory.
All right, so Raven, I think you'll appreciate this.
What's that?
I said I think you'll appreciate this. I am hand drawing a bearded dragon. All right. And so I had to do like a couple. I had to research, you know, on Google, like the bearded dragon, and whatnot, and you know, find some good quality pictures. That way, I have a reference because I can only draw what I see. If I don't see it, it ends up looking like the cartoon comics. That's just my reality. So, one of our guys in the Discord, he was talking about how his daughter wanted to rename their bearded dragon, and it was just so funny to me that I was like, I've got to make this into a comic. You know, and his daughter's like 12 years old, and I'm planning on younging her up a bit for the comic. But he sent in his photo and her photo at my request, and the dude's just got this look about him that it would be perfect for the comic. So if you guys have any you know moments in life or you know ideas and whatnot that or just want to end up in a Deadgum comic, hey, you're more than welcome. I already promised Mackenzie he could be Black Jesus.
I've got one for you. It's not really it's something that you'd have to work into a joke, but it kind of gave you a springboard.
Outstanding.
So I go frisbee golfing.
I love frisbee golf.
I absolutely love it. Oh my God. I've gone coast to coast playing frisbee golf. Well, one of the local ones by me, they had just built it, so there was still a lot of the wildlife that was indigenous to the forest that they kind of hacked up for it.
Okay.
And in this one little section, there was a big beehive. I mean, this thing had to be as big as your midsection, dude. And of course, it's I throw out my disc. It's a dog leg left. And so my disc goes right into the woods, right next to this beehive. And I go cut in the corner, don't even think nothing of it, grab my disc, I look up, and I'm like, I just freeze, deer in the headlights. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. There's hundreds of bees all flying around, right? So I like stand up and start slowly backing away, you know, like that Elmer Fudd type thing. Be very, very quiet. And as I'm like starting to back up, I've got this one bee. He's not stinging me. He is now just like headbutting me. Every 2 seconds, he headbutts me. Like, get away from me. Get away. Keep going. Keep backing up. You're doing the right thing. Back up. He must have headbutted me about 30 times by the time I walked out of the woods. And I'm like, that was the strangest encounter. It's like, I wonder what's going through this bee's head, you know, as its headbutting me. If I sting you, I'm going to die.
All right.
You guys are funny.
I'm going to take note of bees. I'll try to incorporate. I'll probably change the story up a little bit and make it so when you threw the disc, you know, it actually cut off the hives on some unsuspecting party. And
then, did you get your package yet?
No, not yet.
All right, it should be. Yeah, you should say tomorrow's Friday. It actually might be there tomorrow.
I'm hoping so. I'm like really looking forward to it.
Dude, when I got them in the mail, I opened them up because I had to see them for myself.
Right.
Dude, I was so impressed with the quality. Like when you get them in your hand, they have a weight to them. Mm-hmm. Then when you open them up, it's like holy shit, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, this was worth like every fucking penny. And then the print quality on those things is just like amazing. And I did hours and hours of research on the print quality for those particular shirts.
Oh, I'm super stoked.
Everyone had raving reviews, and the women's shirt came out better than the male shirt. So I've got to change some of the printing formats on it, but you should be pretty impressed when you see it, dude.
Rock on.
Outstanding.
So cool, dude.
I'm over here just elated that you got your Shopify store, getting built, because I know you and I have talked a couple times, like several times before the cohorts even started, and I was like, dude, you need to freaking do this, and to see your stuff on Canvas finally. It's like, dude, this is fun.
And I'm going to have a Raven original. This is going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got the originals, dude. I mean, those are pretty fucking sweet.
Hell yeah.
Hells yeah. All right. So your story actually reminded me of a joke. It's a kid's joke.
That's all good.
What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind when it hits the windshield?
I'm going to log off and join on my computer. I'll be right back.
Hi.
All right, brother.
Bye-bye.
It's butt.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would put that into a comic, but it's so childish and funny. It's still timeless. I haven't heard that joke in like forever, but every time I do, it brings back the memories of when I first heard it as a kid. I've got to come up with something for that.
Or you could go if you're going to bring out some old school like that, you could sit there and put out some 4 used tires plus, and then just put the words "your mom" in there. Something that your mom and used tires have in common.
Oh wow. We need some your mama jokes.
Right, exactly.
That's what we need. We got time for maybe a couple. We got about 3 minutes left on this particular stream right here.
It's like your mama's like a race car driver, goes through 4 rubbers a day.
Oh shit! I hadn't heard that one. That was good. That was good.
Your mama's so stupid. When the weather forecaster said it was going to be chilly out, she ran out with a bowl and spoon. Your mama's so poor. I saw her kicking a can down the road. I asked her what she was doing. She said, moving.
Damn. Not like this, guys. Not like this. The perfect moment for a Peter's freaking not like this.
Right? With a little sad violin.
Dude. I'm super stoked about getting these Thursday streams going for DCTV, man. It's when he called me out, it's like dude, I've been getting called out all week. I got called out by Peter, and then I got called out by Kimchi on this freaking Vitalik dance. It's like, dude, what the hell? It's just my week. Oh, we got 2 RavenSkys. Ooh, sexual. No. Well, Raven, just to let you know, you jumped in. We got like another like a minute and a half left. I'm totally free. We could do some more streaming, or we can go ahead and just call it a night. I mean,
I'm gonna stay up. I'm gonna stay up for a minute, so I don't care. I mean, I'll just
you don't sleep.
I was just gonna hang out.
How much sleep do you get a night?
Well, lately I've been getting about 4.5 hours.
Holy cow!
It looks more like 30 minutes based on the
Right.
freaking.
Look at his bed. It's not
Discord.
used.
Your bed is
Your
not-
bed's not used. I can see it behind you.
No, I made it. Hey guys, I found the link for the ontology. If you want to,
post it on the Discord. That way we don't lose it. A bit too far. But I got to stop the recording because we're about to die right here. So I'll start another Zoom link real quick.
Okay.